Begging for food is one of the habits which can make your life with a dog uneasy. Consistency is the basis for the solution to the begging issue. It is important to realize why a dog begs. Through begging, he tries to gain food that he usually does not get and which therefore becomes a treat for him. If you give him such food, you actually reward him for his behavior of begging. In order to break this habit, you have to realize that if the dog's behavior does not lead to any treat, the dog stops doing this, because it is simply not profitable for him. It is important to emphasize that all family members must cooperate during the breaking of the begging habit. Also, other people who have frequent contact with your dog and who can give him some food must respect the same rules. If you try to wean your dog off begging while the rest of the family gives him the food he wants, he will hardly understand why he should stop begging if some of the attempts are successful. If the dog is used to moving freely in your vicinity while you are having a meal, leave him. Ignore all his attempts at begging. Ignore the begging for a longer time so that the dog understands that all his attempts are ineffective. When the dog stops begging, you can reward him with a treat so that he understands if he is lying next to the table without begging, he can gain a treat. Reward your dog only if he does not beg and after you have finished your meal, and give him the treats somewhere other than from the place where you eat. To speed up your training, you can put a piece of food on a plate and go to the table to eat it. You thus provide your dog with more opportunities to realize that any attempt at begging for food does not lead to the desired result. Training with an older dog who has previously been begging for food and who has been fed from the table takes much longer. The process of the exercise is the same as with a puppy. Do not punish the dog for begging. Ignore him, and if he behaves well, reward him with a treat somewhere else. If the dog is older, is used to begging, and if he demands food intensively, for example by barking or nudging his handler, you should lead him away onto his mat or into his crate. Set down clear rules of feeding your dog from the table and come to an agreement with other family members on following them. If the dog can beg from someone else, inform him too. Do not punish your dog while you try to break the habit. He does what has been tolerated up till now and what has led to a treat. Never give the dog treats from the table. Treats should be kept in such a place where he cannot associate them with begging. Do not make exceptions. If the dog is successful at begging now and again, he will beg for food in the future too.